Good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Mass Edition, presented by Creative Emotions. I'm known as Chef Wilson, and to my right here is this brother right here. And you know how I feel about this, so I'm going to let you introduce yourself so you can put whatever you want to put on your name.
Well, good evening, world. A.K.A. Leon Johnson, Lee Polo, though, in the building. What's up? How y'all doing today? What's up, Chef?
Oh, man, you got it. On the ones and twos, we got a legendary
Legend.
Miles Dixon.
Yeah,
rocking
legend.
that polo.
Yeah, you see what he
You
do.
know what it is. How's your week been thus far?
Man, everything's been good. The topic we got tonight is really, it's what I've been thinking about since we decided we was going to do that, and it's been on my mind all week, so I'm ready to get into it.
You know what I'd like to do first?
Go ahead.
We are missing one of our partners here. Whose is that? Not me.
Right here. Time
Okay.
lapse. I'm on a time lapse.
You know we live when that happens.
Yeah.
But give prayers out to our brother Randy. He's a little bit under the weather. If you're watching, Randy, we love you, brother. Heal up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, we miss you. Okay. So we're going to
Crazy. He ain't gonna be able to feel no more.
okay, so we all the way live, so we ain't playing with y'all. So that topic today is, are we winning or losing with our thoughts?
Yeah.
This is a pretty powerful topic.
Right.
And I say, one of the biggest influencers in this world is
What?
your thoughts.
All the time. All the time.
One of the biggest influencers, we see people that we call influencers,
Right.
but the biggest one is your thoughts.
See, you know what's funny? Before we even get right into it, your thoughts mess you up because when the topic is like we said, it's a long topic, but it's a needed topic because when you think about it, are you winning or losing? It's so subjective.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you would think something all the way through, and in your head you be like, oh yeah, this it. This the master plan. Just to find out you done thought yourself right out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you done thought
Yes.
yourself all the way out. You're like, man, this was gonna work.
That's that overthinking.
That's what they call it. But here go once again, am I winning or losing with it? Because sometimes overthinking save you.
Sometimes overthinking can prevent you from leaving something before you head to the airport.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But then in other situations, overthinking can have you choose the wrong energy to be around.
100%. But see, there go again. Well, I've been waiting on this part because I said today already. I was talking to a young lady, and I went in because I said, when you think about your thoughts, when you're doing the thought process, thinking, whatever is creative or bad or whatever, you're actually going to lose.
Could you explain that, please, for the audience?
Right. I say you're going to lose because you're eventually going to think so much that you're going to forget about faith.
Yes.
Forget about direction. Forget about innate ability to get somewhere that you didn't think you was going to go.
Absolutely.
So you get kind of messed up because now you just thinking. You're checking A, B, C, D, and then sometimes you need to just come off the cuff. Everything can't be thought all the way through.
Absolutely.
Because then you lose that spontaneity. You lose that creativity that's going to come out of just saying, you know what? F it. We about to do this. And we going. We going in.
I agree with you, and like you said, sometimes what you just said is so powerful because it leads me to what I was thinking about. At moments, you lose out in the present moment.
You're right.
You lose out in the present moment, and I think I was, hey Q, how you doing? If you're watching,
What's up, Q?
We were talking about this over a couple years ago, and basically, to live in the past or too far in the future is insanity.
Exactly.
Right? So sometimes a lot of people, we will hang in the past or we may be in the future too much. And in the future, see, the thing about it is in the past, with our past thoughts, and I'm gonna bring it to a full circle, anything in the past was a lesson you were supposed to be learned. You learned something from that, and then you apply it in your present moment.
Right.
And then things in the future are things that you're planning and you're hoping for to come to pass. Okay, so you have to, like what you were just saying, you have to live in your present moment. And sometimes we overthink the present moment, and we can't make the most out of that moment.
So so when you say that right there, you overthink it in the present, right?
Yes.
Now you in the present, you moving around, you thinking, oh yeah, we about to go good. But just because of that little bitty thing you thought about too much has caused you to veer off a path that you're supposed to been on anyway, had you just innately just said, you know what, this is what we doing today. We doing the show. We ain't about to figure out all the stuff we got to figure out.
Absolutely.
Because you lose the organicness. You lose that, we about to just get funky with it. Unless you're gonna play in there too, like we're gonna laugh at this point. Do a laugh, please. Doc,
like
laugh.
with our phones going off.
Yeah, the phone got to go off. You lose that.
And I'm like, you do. And when that happens, like what happened earlier, you just laugh about it and you call it out. So, we all the way live with this thing, right? Don't overthink it. Don't make an excuse for it. Some things in life is just that moment. You were supposed to learn something in that moment, in that second. Don't overthink it. It's not like you're going to get some award or badge of honor. Not just in that moment, people. And it affects a lot of things since we're going to get right into this. It affects your, I would say, your personal growth.
Yes.
It affects your personal growth, your spiritual growth, your health. Right? Personal relationships, and we're going to go through all this, people. Business relationships.
100%.
Because you'll get into something and you're not paying attention to the details. That's how we turn red. We don't see the red flags. It can be in a business deal or a relationship, right? Because now you're looking at the situation and talking about what can it provide for you in the near future, instead of paying attention to the present moment. What do you think about that?
No, so that's the whole point. We're going to start right there.
Okay.
When you think about it from the point that you're saying, Chef, it's like, how do I grow without knowing that I'm going to grow? And I'm going to give you a good example of that.
Okay.
When you go and till the dirt, or when you're planting a seed or doing something, planting your plants, you go in your garden and you till the grass, you get everything ready to be planted.
Absolutely.
You drop the seed down. Then you do the watering. The sun has to be a part of that. So that's called duality now.
Yes.
So the sun come in, boom, it give you what it give you. Water give you what it give you. You still not able to take care of the crops unless you do things along the way.
Yes.
Now you can overthink it and be like, man, I got too much sun. So if you got too much sun, guess what? You need some water. You got to bring the water. Because God ain't going to bring it.
Yes.
So if you got too much water, you got to say, oh, man, we got to figure a way to get some sun in here. We got too much water. We ain't watering no more. So my point being is that life itself, quote unquote, will work it out if you allow it to work it out. But Absolutely. You, the individual, will putting all these safeguards and these comfortable things or uncomfortable things in your life and saying, yeah, this is what it is. And in reality, there's no way to call it.
There's no way to call it at all.
There's no way to call it.
Real quick. Who's watching us today? Any shouts out that we need to give?
We're going to shout out Erica right quick. Erica on there, she said hi to us right now. Thank you, Erica, for watching. We got a couple people chiming in right quick, so as soon as they get hooked up, because, we messed up a little bit, y'all.
We messed up.
We got it going on now.
So we just like to give out, at the beginning of the show, the call-in number. We'd love to hear from you. Share some of your experience and your thoughts on what we're talking about today. Once again, are we winning or losing with our thoughts?
Right.
You can call in and reach us at 313-266-2811. Please call in. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, definitely.
So, now when we get into, let's get into the spiritual part of this thing.
Okay.
Let's get into that part because it's one thing I think that we overthink because of just the way our days are going. We may get up and say a prayer, but I think one of the most important things, a lot of people is talking about having faith, but I just believe that hope is just as important, right? So you have to, within your day and your present moments, it's just what I do, and I believe that maybe it would help others, that you should have hope in the second, in the moment. Because remember what I said a couple minutes ago, that we're not living in the past and we're not living in the future. You're always walking in and out of a door. And it's something, when you're walking in a door, you're hoping for something. You're hoping that the line is not too long. You're hoping that they accept your proposal.
Right.
So let's not downplay the hope part, right? Faith is really good also because it's something that you cannot see, and this is something that you believe in also. So the spiritual part of this thing is sometimes we overthink things and we forget to have the faith and the hope. And then so what we end up doing, we try to handle it ourselves.
But see, here go the thing with the spiritual, right? So the spiritual to me is the whole basis of thoughts.
Okay.
Because if you're connected to a higher power, you're supposed to train yourself to have faith. So now you stop thinking, overthinking everything that you overthink about, because you're so. Of course, we're talking about supposed because we're human.
Absolutely.
Human beings, we allow the outside world to come in and take a hold of us in ways we don't like. But if we think about it from a spiritual point of view, my thing is that, okay, spiritually, I am supposed to, quote unquote, and I'm going to use the Christian version of this, let go and let God.
Yes.
Which is very hard sometimes because you want to hold on to what you understand.
Yes.
Who wants to let go and let anybody control your life but you?
Yes.
One of the biggest things, and this I'm gonna bring it back to the spiritual side, is for me is that autonomous car. You want me to have faith in this car that's gonna drive me around and get me where I want to go because technology says so. So I bring that back to God. The same thing with the spiritual side. Now I gotta let something that I don't know or can't see control the rest of my destiny when that's literally what it's supposed to be doing.
You got it. That's a big, really good one right there.
So for spiritual, that's like, okay, number one, boom, that's what I'm supposed to be doing when it comes to thoughts. Number one.
That's number one.
Yeah.
That's number one. I think a lot of people, we get up in the course of the day and we downplay that part of it.
Yeah, because it's normal.
Yep.
Your mom and daddy taught you to do what? Think, ask questions, become successful. How many people, parents ever told, or anybody in their life said, hey, just have faith that the life is going to bring you what you're supposed to get?
But you have to, also on the word, you have to do your work also with your hands. So I pray in the morning for on-time and safe arrivals. But once I get on the road, I'm watching the traffic. I'm watching how fast I'm going, who's behind me, who's on the side of me, because I have to do that part. That is my part that I have to do, right? As far as even with my spiritual walk and stuff. And you give things to God and you do, and then you hope for these things to come out the way that you would like them to come out. But you have to remember, you have to line yourself up with the word also for the things that you're hoping for.
That's true.
So I try not to go over the speed limit in the morning. I want to get this ticket. I try not to.
I'm pushing it to the limit. God got me. God did. I'm pushing it to the limit. Let's go.
Let's do this thing. So what would you think after spiritual, just from your perspective, what would be next in line for you as far as one of the number one things for you, a thought pattern that affects your day?
Business.
Yes.
Business. Business is deep because for me, business is trusting in someone that you may not have the relationship that you will want to have. Because ideally you would say, okay, I want to go in business with people I know. And that may not, and because you overthink that whole process of saying, okay, this is who I want to go in business with, but that may not be the person for you to go in business with.
Yes.
So now you have to trust that whatever doesn't happen in business with this person, whether y'all tried to, or the conversation didn't go right, or the funding, maybe it was a reason for that to happen, so you could get to who you needed to get to create what you need to create. See, and that's hard.
Yes.
So failures are so hard. Who wants to fail?
No one.
But through the thought process, if I fail, it may be just what I needed to get to where I needed to go.
Absolutely.
I was watching this show. I was watching the other day. America. What's that? America Eats America. How you built America. The men who built America. So they was talking about how the men who built America. And one of the things I told my lady friend, I said, do you realize that every entrepreneur on this particular show failed? They thought they was going to do it this way and failed. They talked about Jim Beam, Uncle Nearest. They talked about the Marlboro guys. They talked about different people who created what we call America and the fabric of America in some regards. But these guys failed. They failed. So their thought process was, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Or my question is it their tenacity in the failing process of not overthinking it that got to be the only way I do it?
Absolutely. I would agree with that. With the man that is sitting here today, with Miles, myself, and you, behind any success story that people may hear our story,
right.
It was failure behind it. Mm-hmm. For anyone who has a success story, it's been failure and many behind it, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I do. And what you said, tenacity, that has a lot to do with it, being very resilient. I've had more than one time in my life I had to get up and brush my knees off.
Yeah.
You know, but because of my vision and what I believed in and hoped in, I just say, man, I got a couple scars on my knees and stuff, but, you know, I kept going with it. You know, I had kept going with that, so I do agree with what you just said, 100%. But let me ask you this. Dealing with the business perspective, right, and the thoughts, what do you think probably one of the most important parts about business relationships when it comes to the thoughts? And
when it comes to thoughts, my thing is knowing how long to be in that business relationship. Don't overthink it.
Okay.
Don't continuously have a relationship with someone when you see it's going south and y'all got a business together.
Absolutely.
Make sure you put the clauses that's necessary so you can pull it out of it. Mm-hmm. Because I think we overthink that, especially, this is my boy, or he a cool dude. That's not business.
No, that's not.
He may be a cool dude. He just may not be the perfect guy for me for business.
Do you think, and from what you're talking about right now, and do you think that communication is king also when it comes?
Yeah, but here go the problem with communication. It's a twofold scenario. Mm-hmm. Communication verbally is one thing. Mm-hmm. Communication in your brain is another thing. Mm-hmm. Because now I say, okay, I'm smarter than you, and I know more than him, not realizing that's not why we in business together.
Absolutely. We
in business because of what you lack. Mm-hmm. And what you lack is the creativity that I'll never have because I know this genre in and out. Mm-hmm. If you look at most fields of business and everything, the thought process is to usually be something that's off whack, off center, off keel that brings that particular business component to a level that you be like, whoa, didn't even know that would happen. But a lot of people don't understand that because they want to go and systematically break it down. But that's called the yin and the yang. If I ain't overthinking what you're saying, let's say you say something off the wall, and it's strictly business. But because I'm able to think about it, I'm like, you know what? That's a different way to look at it. And because of that different way you looked at it, your thoughts, now you brought us a business perspective I never thought about because I'm too locked into it.
Absolutely. And that's what I was seeking for. That was because I was wrong. So I was seeking for that.
Fish me, caught me like a guppy, dog. You caught me, reel me in. Come on, I know you got it in. Bring it out.
Do you think that we are soft in the area of our thoughts and confidence in our thoughts because of social media?
Yes. Social media directs our thoughts way more than we would like them to.
Absolutely. I have people around me, and they have a very hard time making decisions based on a confidence in their thoughts, right? And it's because now they'll get on social media, and social media navigate their every step and movement. So I thought about that also, Paul. I said, well, wow. I said, we're really into social media, and we're on a platform right now, but the downside to what is allowed on social media sometimes is it cripples our thought process.
Exactly.
So you have to watch what you allow into your ear gates and your eye gates.
100%.
They will influence your thoughts. People's thoughts would influence you to make decisions that you probably never would. Their thoughts will have you judge a person when you never even knew the person, right? But their thoughts, and they share with you, will have you judge someone or a situation, right? So I say social media, a bad boy out here right now.
It is, but once again, it's the quote unquote, I love doing air quotes for everything. The quote unquote, it's literally like, okay, social media is just things you say, it's such a great thing. But then here it go again. It takes away the creativity sometimes.
Absolutely.
But then here it go again. It brings creativity sometimes. You have to really navigate for yourself to say, you know what? And this is in this particular social media moment that I'm in. What are you doing? And I say that like this. I had a young lady. She literally gets on social media and she says she doesn't do it, but she does it so subconsciously. She don't even see she do it. She'll jump on it, boom, 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 and get off. She'll jump on it, boom, 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 and get off. So I said to her one day, I said, do you even use it to make money? She was like, why I gotta do it to make money? Went hysterical on me. I said, well, you own it enough. If you look at how many times you be on it, you're on it enough to the point where you should be looking at things that can bring you back some residual. Everything shouldn't take. If you're always letting social media people, your thoughts, take from you, you don't have nothing left. So when you don't have nothing left, now you're overthinking that. Well, dang, I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that. But you ain't realized you done spent 8 hours at work, 4 hours on social media, and now you got to come home and try to figure it all out, and you are mentally exhausted.
Yes. So I would encourage you, if you're watching the show this evening, take some time to yourself.
Take some time for yourself, yes.
I've been telling guys, I think this lately, because I have a lot of men that work around me, and I tell them that your silence is your strength.
Right.
And I said, with your thoughts, I said, you don't always have to communicate them. Just write them down. On your cell phones, you got a notepad. Write your thoughts down at that moment. Or pen and paper. I like pen and paper, preferably. Right. But silence yourself sometime with your thoughts before you communicate them. It would eliminate a lot of misunderstandings and a lot of situations in your life. Right. Right after a person says something that's very offensive, later on, they may not say it to you. They may say, get on the phone with a friend, one of their boys or their girls, say, I don't know why I said that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then that was one of the thoughts that you were supposed to silence yourself on for a second.
Yep.
Right. So I think, like with our thoughts, sit down sometime with your thoughts. It can navigate your day. It can navigate your week, your financial situation that you have in front of you. Thoughts are very, very powerful.
Gee, that takes us right into what you just said, your financials.
Yes.
Because we went from spiritual to business to financial.
Let's get that.
And that was cold. That's cold.
You know how we do.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what it is.
God did. Literally, the financial side of this is so crazy because a lot of times, I'm guilty as charged. I want to have this amount of money for these things, thinking automatically these things are going to bring me the other things that I want and need in life. Not need and want. Want and need first. So now my whole goal is, and I say this because I'm using my thoughts when I say this, guys. I'm literally telling myself, okay, if I go buy this, it's going to bring me this amount of money, and that money I can do X, Y, and Z with. But what I'm forgetting is that the path I'm even supposed to be on?
Absolutely.
Like, am I really supposed to be on that path, or I'm just chasing this because financially someone told me that I got to pay this bill, that bill, this bill, and I want to pay it at this level? Because having a house is one thing. Having a 3,000 square foot house is another thing. Having a car is one thing. Having that long sleeve, I'm talking about.
Yes.
I'm talking about you take that premium gas. So it's like you don't really pay attention to what you're saying to yourself when you say, I want these things.
Yes.
What if I waited 2 years and had bought 3 houses, 3 duplexes, and then that paid for my 34 square foot house?
That part right there.
But financially, I'm not looking at it that way. I'm like, okay, I'm competing with the Joneses subconsciously without even knowing I'm competing with them.
Yes.
Because financially, I got the wrong people around me. When people say have financial advisors, they're not talking about the ones just at the bank.
Yes.
Watch them people that's around you that say, man, let's go to the mall and get some shoes, man. They got the new Air Maxes, Vapor Max out. That's $250 for nothing. You could have saved that $250 and did something with that and made some money on Amazon. It's an Amazon thing. I got to tell you this finance. I'm going to let you give it to you.
No, because I'm with you.
I'm on the roll. I apologize, y'all. I'm on the roll.
No, man, stay with it.
Look, So I'm watching Amazon on TikTok. I try to find social media things gonna bring me some money. This guy say, put this promo code in, you gonna get this product for $0. So the person that I'm telling this to, they put the promo code in and say, man, they said $30. I said the thing costs $300. Even if it ain't zero, guess what we can do? Sell it for half and make us some money on social media. Is you crazy? But this is what I'm saying. But now I start looking, okay, the people I got around me ain't thinking like I'm thinking. I can't fault them. Why am I getting mad at that person for thinking the way they thinking? I got to get people around me to say, you know what? Doc, you get one. The chef, you get one. That's 3 of them. Now we can each make a quick $450 and we ain't did nothing. But watch social media and put it on Facebook Marketplace.
Yes.
See, but you got to have those type of people in your circle.
And that just goes back to earlier in the show, just how the people around you can influence your thoughts.
Easy.
Right?
Because I could have easily said, okay.
It can be for the negative, for financial gain, for spiritual gain. You really have to, with your thoughts. I love being around people, and we can be sitting in a room, right, together, and we're just silence. You know what I'm saying? They may be reading a book or whatever. You don't always have to verbally communicate, right? I love to be around people. Say, what you got going on, man? I'm just thinking about a couple of things. I love that. I love that. I love that focus. I love that patience in that moment, right? And you have to give that to your thoughts, to yourself. I'm at work throughout the day, and I'm doing multiple things at work. And I just have people at work, and they're just talking all day long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Are you ever alone with your thoughts?
Never.
Right? So what that means is once you get off work, you're just making all type of wrong moves. You have not had a chance to sit down with your thoughts, just to think things out. This is very, very important. That's why I say silence is very important sometimes. And I love to see people just sitting in a room. And I may walk up with you, I'm just thinking about a couple of things, like I said a couple of minutes ago. And I love that part. We have to get to that part. Social media shows us, and don't want to target on that because we have other people in our life too. It just shows us to go, go, go. How are you even thinking? How are you even making proper decisions if we're on a go, go, go and you're not slowing down with your thoughts? And then sometimes you have to question your own thoughts.
Well, that goes back to the spiritual side we've talked about, and also too, let's add in one of the things that I do like about other religions, and I'm gonna use the Buddhists and Hinduism. You know, they're teaching us to silence ourselves. You know, and it's not, I'm not here to judge right or wrong or this or that. My point is being some of the things that they say is some of the things that we should do. You should take that time to be quiet and go within yourself. Take that time to get to learn yourself. Because you may have taught yourself to be afraid of something all the time. I know a lot of people financially are afraid. Financially, they are afraid. Not because they're afraid to make the money. As long as they can go to work and make the money, they're cool. But if there's any other way to make it outside of that, they like, oh my God, maybe that's your path. If you be quiet and silence yourself, you might find out this is for you. You may find a whole nother place that you're supposed to be at because you've taken the time to say, you know what, I'm gonna allow this to center me first, like you talking about, and then financially take me to where I need to go. Because I'm not chasing the money, I'm chasing the dream.
Yeah, you know that part right there, and right along with that, with just giving thought to your purpose in life.
Exactly. But once again, you get caught in the back and forth. You know, the good angel, bad angel. You know, who telling me this? Who telling me that? You know?
I had to deal with that in my life before. Yeah.
You got the good friend over here, man. I remember a guy told me, he said, "Man, you should have stayed at the plant." I said, I could have stayed at the plant, and I probably would have had a very successful life, but I wasn't going to be fulfilled. So understand, and I'm still on this path of fulfillment. I done veered off a whole lot, trying to, following other people's leads, do this and do that in the streets, so on and so forth. But I say that to say financially, sometimes I be fulfilled when I realize I'm working on my purpose.
Yes.
Financially. I may not have the 34 square foot home. I may not have the long sleeve. But when I look at what I got, I say, man, it ain't that bad neither.
So you had to sit down with your thoughts in order to come to that conclusion, correct?
Unfortunately, you're forced to when you're in a situation like, quote unquote, air quotes again, prison.
Okay.
I call that college, y'all.
Yes. You have that part right there.
That's the reason why I say about Buddhism, Hinduism, and other religions that, even in Christianity, they talk about it, but they don't say, hey, you need to sit down. They say sit down with the Holy Spirit and, and convene with Him, which is the same thing, but sometimes you just got to really say, you know what? I'm about to stop. I can't keep chasing what Doc doing, what you doing, especially when it comes to the phone. I'm still sticking with the financial side of this right now.
Absolutely.
I couldn't. In prison, I couldn't chase what Doc was doing. Doc had money. He has people sending him money. I couldn't chase what you was doing. You was a CFO of a company. So I had to find my lane that I was comfortable with. And then because of that, that made me be comfortable all the way around on everything else I was doing.
Yes.
So when it came to the financials, I was like, okay, cool. This easy now. I came home with a different purpose.
Yes.
A different way of looking at the financials.
And I think I can lead off with the financials, just from the man's perspective, fatherhood, right? You have to sit down with your thoughts and visualize and focus on a peaceful outcome. A lot of men and women, people in general, they'll run from being a parent.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? But you have to sit down with your thoughts and see how rewarding this could be for you, right? What you're about to pour into your children, what's going to come back to you. I think people overthink parenting. They first thing when I was younger and guys talked about being a parent or a mom, they always talked about what they were going to give up. I can't hang out. Right. I'm not going to be able to buy clothes I want to buy. Your thoughts, right? It just kind of killed parenthood.
Right.
Right. Now, later on, you were a parent, right? You may have some people got back to where they were a good parent, but think about the time wasted because of your thoughts in the beginning about your thoughts of what you were going to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, didn't want to let the club go.
Right.
The shoes you were going to buy, the cars you were going to, them thoughts right there, right? So one thing I like to tell people and stuff, with your thoughts, sit down and then visualize a peaceful outcome for most anything that you're going to involve yourself in, business-wise, personal relationships, being a parent, being a husband or a wife. Sit down with your thoughts before you even get into it, I'm
going to hit you with this, Chef. Mm-hmm. The parenthood is so crucial because it's a balance. Mm-hmm. My mother said this to me the other day. I said, Ma, when you was 21 and you came to Detroit, and she was like, well, when I came to Detroit, I ain't go to no after hours because I ain't know nothing. I had already did everything I wanted to do. I knew I had to be a parent. So I said, okay. Now I fast forward to now. I say, I be trying to get her to do certain things, so she got stuck at being a parent. So here go once again, you overthinking it. You overthought parenthood. It was cool for the 0 to 20, I say 18, 0 to 18 when I got 18. Then it was time, I'm an adult now. Okay, maybe the 18 to 21, you don't want to let me go still. Mm-hmm. About 21, I'm 49 now. Mm-hmm. Man, you can go ahead and do some things now. You ain't got to sit around no more. You can do some things. And so it's just because she's overthought it to the point now where she don't even really know, the fun. I say something like, you don't never ate this, you ain't never did this. She's like, nah, I'm good with this. No, you're not. Because when you taste that filet mignon done up the right way with that haju, hit that boy just the right way. Or yes. Or you go, when you go see some beautiful, like the sunset on the beach, yes. When you see that, you're like, God created a hell of a, wow, this is amazing. But you have to be able not to overthink it. Because at a certain point in time, yes, being a parent is probably one of the most fulfilling things you're going to ever do in life.
Yes, I was talking to one of my good friends, Cynthia, and I was talking to her.
She chimed in too. Cynthia just chimed in.
Oh, what's up, Cynthia?
Yep.
And I was telling her, I said, you have to reach back down inside and see what motivates you. Mm-hmm. Because being a parent...
That's real.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We all should do this because before you were a parent, you were just Cynthia.
Right.
You had a hope, dreams. You had things that motivate you. And then sometime after parenthood, or you can have a spouse, and maybe unfortunately, like with yourself, with your daddy, pass away.
Right.
and then mom has to rediscover herself.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
So you have to sit down with your thoughts. And like I was telling Cynthia, I said, well, reach back down inside and get what motivates you. What motivates you, right? What's your motivation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the only way that's going to happen is we sit back down and then we rediscover our thoughts we had before events in our life happen.
Right.
Sometimes we lose people, unfortunately. All type of things happen.
Most definitely.
Like you said, being incarcerated. Sometimes you have to go back and what was motivating you before these things in your life came about. Triggering events, yes. And then reach back down to get that, man.
Right.
Life is beautiful on the other side when you reach back down deep inside and sit down with your thoughts.
But you already said it, Chef. It's all about purpose.
Gotta have a purpose, though. Yeah.
When you're thinking about thoughts, like just the parenthood part of it, I overthink my parenthood to the fullest right now because I'm trying to get back.
Okay.
I want to be this great dad, but guess what? I had to realize I lost time.
Okay.
I can't get back to the certain age groups that my daughters were.
No, you can't get back time.
I can't get it back, so I have to move from the present time, and that sometimes is hard for the individual, the child, and the parent to realize that. Because it'd be for me some days, I'd be wanting to just, dang, I wish I had some money so I could just buy my daughter this and that. When that's never going to repair the relationship.
Absolutely.
Only thing that repair the relationship is me being able to reach down to myself and get her the best of me.
Yep, that part right there.
But that's still being a good parent. Now, she may not receive it and like it, but it's the best I got to give. And it's pure.
Yes.
So that's like, well, I don't know. About to make me cry in this one. I ain't about to be crying. I ain't crying.
You'd almost share like, you have to reach down, deep down inside, and I'm going to comment on what you just said there, Polo. You have to give the best to you first.
Right.
And once you give the best to you, you most definitely can give the best to your daughter, brother, sister, whoever your significant other is. But you got to reach down inside and get the best to you first.
That's true.
You really do. So I do agree with you, because that was one thing that I truly believe in is your legacy. Being a parent is very, very important, right? And sometimes our legacy will, unfortunately, sometimes you lose your children, right? So your next legacy is what they left here. It can be your grandchildren, and then you pour into them also, right? And the best way to pour into them is not buying gifts. You know, showing them like the show where we're talking about, sitting down with your thoughts, right? Rediscovering yourself. You can do it at any age, okay? So it's not always about the gifts. It's about you sitting down with your thoughts, right? And then allow them to see you sit down and be peaceful, right? That's like the best, like, and I think, Miles, you can agree with me, like, your daughter, because you have a daughter, she's always watching you, right? And when the moment presents herself, the moment presents itself to her, she's gonna step right into what she saw you doing all along, being optimistic, you know, being hopeful, being resilient. You get what I'm saying? Brushing off your knees, right? So the best gift we can give our kids is to let them see us sit down in peace with our thoughts, and then live our life out. You know, we make healthy sacrifices, but not on you can't do it for your mental health.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got to show your children how to survive when you're not here.
Somebody said, I just want to hit you with this, Chef. They said, sometimes we have to sit still and let our thoughts speak to us.
Yes. Who said that? I like that.
Gary Grant.
Gary, I like that.
Yeah,
you should have called in with that one, man.
He definitely should have called in with that one. But what you're saying is so true, because a lot of times, right or wrong, you will overthink the situation with your kids, and you'll be trying to, like you said, and I'm going to use this as an example, give, and then you realize you done handicap.
That part right there.
Because they haven't suffered or went through nothing. They never had to work to nothing.
Absolutely.
You know, and then here go the thing you use, a good example that you used with Miles was that when your kids see you do things and go through the struggle, that makes them like, whoa, Dad went through this or Mom went through this, and I watched her go through this. Because then they looking at it from a different perspective.
Yes.
You know, my kids be like, wow, how you do that, Dad? Hey, I know how to get in the trenches.
That's right.
So when I get in the trenches, that's what I want you to do.
Yes.
And it gives them a sort of fortitude. My nephew's been watching me, and I see how they watch me, and they say, dang, I keep it moving.
Absolutely.
I don't let one thing define me because it's not working.
So you're not hiding the process.
You can't. That's the problem. What we do.
Yeah, you can't hide the process.
Yeah,
and
you can't.
that part right there. I get with my children sometimes when we'll sit in a room, and my son doing what he's doing, my daughter's doing what she's doing, and I'm doing what I'm doing. And the reason why I do that, and I think that's so very important, is because once they have their family or they get into a relationship with a significant other, you don't have to always engage a person, right? You can be in the same room and still be there sharing energy, right? And I think that's very, very important. You can watch a person just sit down with their thoughts. You can look over and be like, "You good? I'm good." I'm just, processing a couple things. So the things that we can share with our children now would just help them have more successful personal relationships, business relationships, spiritual relationships.
Right.
But we have to show the math. We got to show the math.
Yeah.
We really do. And we can't let them depend on what's in the world and social media and how they're making their moves. Because how often are you just, you pick up on social media and you see somebody sitting there with their thoughts?
Right.
Not too much. They're not showing the math. Okay? They're not showing the math. So if you're just now tuning in, we do appreciate you, but we're talking about, are we winning or losing? Oh,
We got a call.
we got a call. Welcome to the show, to Man's Edition. Who are we speaking with?
Oh, my name is Gerald, Pastor Gerald Gordon, and a very good friend of Laquita. And I like what you brothers are doing this evening, just to share in a place of wisdom and talk about that spiritual side. There's practical wisdom and there's spiritual wisdom.
Yes.
That's true.
The brother was talking about, and I was, how you think is how you're going to speak. Talking about thoughts to how you think is how you see, how you think is how you hear.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what going to generate the integrity of thoughts and thinking. And he said something very powerful. Silent and listen are spelled the same letters.
Right.
There you go.
That's deep. That's deep.
There you go, drop.
Silent and listen got the same letters. I like that. I'm going to use that one now, Pastor.
You're saying something with sound integrity, even for that of parenting and the character of business. And you got to connect to people who's connected to your purpose.
That's true. That's true.
You got to be purpose connected to how you are able to purpose for what you want to achieve to do. Life is, without failure, you don't know the power of success.
Wow.
Yes.
Duality, yep.
Yes.
And even understand that there's 4 N words. I'm writing a book called The Dimension of Sight and Sound, and there's 4 N words that we deal with.
Mm-hmm.
Instruct, influence, informing, and intel.
Okay.
See, it's called information. They got to go in and form.
Right.
If it doesn't come in and form, then I have no foundation. It's called instruction. It has to come in and structure.
Right.
Without the structure, I don't have a standard of how to spend. It's called influence. And you said, brother, you talk about something so profound. Everything in life has a power of influence. It's how you allow it to influence you.
Right.
Yes.
Every living thing, every animate object, every inanimate object, people, personalities, attitudes, everything in life has an influential power. It's how we govern it. You see, and that intel is how you're able to get things told. So I know what you're doing this evening, even when it comes to children and parenting. You can't choose your parents, but you choose your purpose.
That's true. Appreciate that. Appreciate you, brother.
I want, before you leave, when will you have your book out?
I should be finished with it because also I'm a pastor. I'm a people builder. I like to see people's lives build, and I like what my brother was saying about identifying with. One of the great things you know how to do is how to listen to yourself. Listen
Yes.
to God. Listen to people. You got actually got to know how to talk to yourself. You got to have a conversation. What I call me, myself, and I.
Yes.
Right.
Are you here in Michigan?
No, I'm in North Carolina, but I've been to Detroit a couple of times.
Oh, because I was saying, when you finish your book, I'd love to have you, we would love to have you on the show.
Definitely.
It would be an honor. It would be an absolute honor. And so I'm looking to finish around the end of this month into May. Around the second week of May, I should be getting ready to get involved in the press. Well, I just want to say I commend you guys for what you're doing and how you're doing it. Please keep this excellence.
Okay, thank you for
For sure,
calling in.
appreciate
We
it, brother.
appreciate you.
You're welcome, my brother. God
Okay, have an
God
amazing
bless you.
evening.
bless you.
Hey. He said, the caller said something so amazing, bro.
Yeah.
He said, listening and silence got the same letters.
Yes. And I'm sitting up here like, wow.
Because people don't really understand that. Like, when you listen, you got an opportunity to learn so much.
Yes.
When you silence, you were sitting there like, and you really can, like he said, talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Don't answer the talk. I think he said what they said. You answer yourself, you're crazy. But definitely talk to yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, because it gives you that sense of stability that you need, and you start listening to that inner voice, and that inner voice will move you, man. I've been moving more in the last 2 years, listening to that inner voice than I ever moved before, and I had way more money.
Yes.
I had way more influence. I was
Yes.
doing way, what they quote unquote say, no my air quotes now, what they quote unquote say is, you got the picket, you got the nice house, the car, all that, but I had no purpose. Didn't understand what was stuff was. I was upset. My stuff I had ulcers and stuff because I was mad.
You know, that part right there, you just said it again with purpose, and the pastor did too. And people, you probably heard me say this before, and I tell people never to chase cash because you compromise yourself. But with purpose, you make sacrifices, and there's a difference. A sacrifice looks like this. You're going to go to bed early because you know you have to get up and finish something, right? You're not going to go out to this event, so you're going to sacrifice that. So purpose is so powerful, but the only way you're going to discover that part is sitting down in silence with your thoughts. Right, you and God, right? And it's some things that you feel really passionate about that you downplay. That's probably your purpose in life. The things that just come so easy, but the world is telling you have to choose something so big. You know what I'm saying? No, that's not how it looks, people. So get into that purpose. That's such a powerful thing. But sit down with your thoughts. What you say with that silence?
Right.
Right? Silence yourself. Right? And it's okay. Sometimes people may call you or text you, and just tell them, "Hey, can I call you back?"
Or this is the one I like because when you train your circle, that 5, you start training your circle. Say, "Well, I'm meditating right now.
Absolutely.
I'm in my little what they call it, praying closet.
That part right there.
You know, I'm doing what I need to do for me. So now what happens is people automatically start to get used to you taking time for yourself.
That part right there.
When
Go ahead. No.
You make yourself super accessible. What happens? You don't have no, like you said, you don't have no time for yourself.
That's right. Not at all. Not at all. People who know me, if they call me and I'll tell them, right now I'm writing, automatically be like, okay.
Exactly.
Because they know I'm going to be writing for about an hour.
But you training your circle though.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
certain people don't ask you certain things because your circle know.
You know.
That's not in it. So that's one of the things I've been like literally learning to do now. To train my circle for certain things, like don't call me on certain things.
Yes.
That's just not in me no more. So don't call.
That part right
And
there.
they'll be like, "Oh man, you acting all." No.
Yeah.
How can I grow? When I'm telling them, I said we need to have a think session or a think tank. They like, what the hell? What are you talking about? You crazy ass sounding like a crackhead. No, we need time to think about certain things we making moves on.
Yeah, that part right there.
Everything ain't about you having $500,000 to make a move. Some things is just being able to thought process.
Absolutely.
We live in a world now where you can literally make money on your computer and not put a lot of money into it. So why we can't think about, okay, Fred, you do this part, Doc, you do this part, young lady, you do this part, and now we putting together this thing that's gonna make sense because I done silenced myself to realize where I want to go. I hope y'all want to go, but if y'all don't, it's still okay.
It's still okay.
It's still okay. 'Cause I got to go. I got to go.
You know, once again, we thank for our caller for calling in, and you still have time to call in if you like. Let me see what that number is. That number is 313-266-2811. If there's anything you want to share with us that you think would be helpful for the listening audience, please share it. Share it with me. It may help me tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate everybody that's tuning in on YouTube. I hope I hit everybody's shouts out. If I didn't, I apologize. I didn't mean to miss you. You know, everybody that's live with us, we appreciate you being live with us because this is what it's all about, y'all. Sharing thoughts. You know, there's no winners and losers in thoughts. It's just the point of understanding when they're going to work and when they don't work for you.
Absolutely. And this is part of, once again, rebuilding our community, you know, with things that we should be talking about. And it may not seem like the most trending thing at the time.
Right.
But the things that we talk about is trending. We're talking about peace. Often we talk about peace and we talk about purpose and forgiveness. That's never not trending.
You know what? But that's the strange part about it. Like, you'll watch Facebook and Instagram and all that. And I love, like I said, I do it, so it is what it is. But you very rarely, you'll see when somebody showed a peaceful thing, it be so peaceful. You be like, man, you can't find peace, you know, it just got to be one way or the other way. Like it's either all the way peace or all the way chaotic.
Absolutely.
But it's not like that.
It's not
I
at
pulled
all.
up to the station today.
I
pulled up to the station today, and it was so funny when I pulled up that I literally was sitting in the car, right? So I rolled down the window real quick, and I was like, okay. And the air was so peaceful that I was sitting there. I said, I hope people don't think I'm out here looking crazy today. 'Cause I just got the air down, and it's a good breeze.
Absolutely.
I'm listening to some good music, and I'm like, man, I'm vibing.
That part
I was
right
in the
there.
whole vibe.
That
I got
part
off the
right
phone like, hey, let me call you back. This is vibing, like, because I wanted to get my little piece on before I go up to this, come do this.
No, absolutely. How much time we got here, Miles? We got 4 minutes. And I like what you said. So that's what's trending. Say that once again. You said you were doing what in that moment?
Finding peace. Peace don't have to be, you know, it don't have to be all the way left. It can be right there in that little moment. You be like, oh man, boom, and I recalibrated.
Yes. Listen to Polo, and I want you guys. Sometimes what that looks like is before you go in the house, you may have to sit in that driveway and collect yourself, right? Collect your peace and take it in the house with you after you take off your shoes, right? Hug and kiss whoever living with you. And if you by yourself, give yourself a hug. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But it's okay. So I like what you just said there. So that leads back into the topic about our thoughts. And you have to stay still. You have to sit still sometimes, people. And I know social media, it looks so good to be on and off planes. I'll be right back. All it looks so cool, and I'm sure people enjoy themselves when they're doing it. But just sit down sometimes. Sit down with your thoughts, and then it leads to better decision making, and then you won't have so many regrets. Okay, I know all about it because I didn't always follow that process, but now I do. Right? You can rewrite your scripts any time in your life if you choose to. God gives you free will to make a decision to change the direction of your life and your thoughts that you have. And that's what we're talking about today. And it's okay. You know, let's leave the past in the past. Take the lessons learned, apply them in your present moment, and move forward. Okay? Anything you'd like to say there?
I just want to let people know that your thoughts are what you make them. So if you can actually think about your thoughts and then collect them and then think about them again and then spew them out, let the world see what they are. You never know. You might actually find something that you never knew even existed just because you decided to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. From a thought process, that's it.
All right, so I'll let you close us out.
Well, you go ahead, Fred.
Okay.
I'm going to let you do that, Fred.
So please join Faquita for Creative Emotions right here at the same time. Same station. You can also join her at Poetry and Conversations.
This Friday,
yes. And I think she started about 7 o'clock.
Yep.
So we love you. All we got is love for you. I'm going to tell you right now. And these good vibes. That's it.
You know it.
Peace. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping in and joining us.
Appreciate y'all showing up. That's what's up.
Yes.